Alright, so I literally spent an hour last night watching a guy try to do this same servo that I'm about to do. And this right here is the servo we're putting in. It's half as cheap as the one that is sold for it by Traxxas. And this dude that I got so mad because it took me like 6 hours studying this dude's film to figure out what was the most important screws, the only ones I needed to take out to get this job done without taking out anything extra. This dude took out the motor, the speed control, every single thing that you could possibly take apart. He took it all apart. So I'm going to show you how to do it without taking it all apart. Okay. So the most important screws. Starting off stock when you are new, when you got your brand new truck, this you're going to have 4 screws next to the receiver box. As you can tell, my receiver box is gone now and it's moved up here. But that receiver box has got to go. It's part of the chassis. You got to cut that receiver box to fit your servo. So anyways, first thing is those 4 screws around the receiver box. I only have 1 screw left because all other 3 couldn't be used using this servo, and you're gonna have to sacrifice some screws somewhere or you can't use this servo. When I bought this servo, I'm new to an Xmaxx. I haven't had one that long. Right now I'm taking out the steering arm, going to the servo saver. But I'm new to having an Xmaxx. I'm not a pro, so I don't know all the little tricks. So having a video that shows you all these 4 are next. The 4 that are hooked to the side of this. Don't use regular drills on your Xmaxx. It'll strip them out if you're not really careful. With my drill, I did a little trick. I'll show you the trick. Wasn't going to show you the trick, but I'll show you the trick. So you take a screw and you put a screw in your trigger. That way you can't pull it all the way. And I have a couple more screw holes on that side if I want it to be even less powerful. But I can't tell you how much having that screw in there saves you from accidentally over tightening. And don't ever tighten them all the way up with one of these. I do, but you shouldn't. Luckily, all the parts to this are cheap, so if you do screw something up on this, don't feel too bad. You won't have to spend much to replace it. Now the 2 side ones coming from that takeout. And again, you guys already took out the 4 around your receiver box because your truck ain't going to come apart if you don't take out the 4 around your receiver box. Okay, now flip it over. Take out these 8. And this is unedited, and I'm still going to beat that guy by frickin' 45 minutes, I bet you. And I won't even edit nothing. So now, you got your 4 out of here. You got your 4 out of here. My skid plate just fell off because you got the 8 out of your skid plate. Now, pretty sure you just pull it apart. Yeah. So, now... Oh, and if you want your truck to stand up like that so you can work on it, the way mine is standing so beautifully now, the trick is a zip tie hooked to your wheelie bar. Zip tie your wheelie bar up until it stays. Like, go a little higher, a little higher, a little higher, stop. Perfect. Okay, now, the servo. I'm going to leave it right here for a second so you can study it. I'm going to tell you what I did. When I set it in there, looking at where the line was lining up, it looked like this side, so as you're looking at the bottom, the right side, needed to be straight on, so leave that. I put about a 1/4 inch, not exactly sure if that's a 1/4 inch. Let me measure it, just to be on the safe side. So I hate to tell you guys it was a 1/4 inch and end up having to be 3/8 or something. Let's go to 2. Wow, man, that's exactly a 1/4 inch. I can't believe that I called that. So anyways, I mean, just under, like if you cut the lines on both sides of the 1/4 inch mark, you'd have it perfect. But anyways, keep it straight on the right side, 1/4 inch all the way across the bottom, and then cut whatever you have to on this side. Now I had to cut the ears off this. I had to mostly cut the ears off that. Now I'll pull it out. And you can see this isn't held in by anything. It's just sitting there. When you put the truck together, it slides together so tight that you don't need anything. And what I did is I left some of the receiver box up there to keep the motor from doing that. Now this dude I seen had he had drill holes everywhere through his thing, and he had twist ties just gobbed around the thing. It just looked so stupid, man. As soon as I seen the video and he took off everything. He took off this piece, that piece, of the tires, the electronics. He took off every possible thing you could take off. And I was like, dude, there's an easier way. I'm going to show somebody how to do this with less than 20 screws and they'll have everything done. So I tried to leave things to hold it. Like I left the edge up here. I left an edge right here. I tried to leave an edge over here, but I think there wasn't enough room and it goes past, so I couldn't do that. Let me check. And when you slide this back in, man, it's so tight. There it goes. So yeah, I did leave a little bit of a ear over here too. So like after it's in there, it's not coming out. It's not gonna go any direction like this. This dude I seen cut the whole thing out. Like it looked like he took a skill saw and just and then through the bottom. And there was just one giant crater hole with no little plastic left to hold anything. Like he didn't have any of his ears going around here. All this was cut off. This is cut off. This is cut off. He had it just. It looked like he just hacked it in there and zip tied it. And I wanted to show you guys a better way. Now this, after you get it stunk in there. After you get it sunk in there. Right? Yeah, I think it's right. So anyways, after you get it in there, you'll have to trim a little bit out of right here where the when the servo slides in, it actually slides in all the way up to them pieces that I had to notch that whole thing out and a little bit right there. Don't gotta mess with those. Them are fine. But this was high and these were high. But anyways, that's it, man. Less than 10 minutes. And your receiver box, you'll have to put your receiver box like I did. That's just a Traxxas Rustler or Stampede or something like that. So that's how to do it, man. And putting your truck back together is really not very hard. I mean, I guess I could do that. But let it be known that I showed you how to do this in less than 10 minutes. So anyways, when you're putting your truck back together, don't forget your drive shaft. Or you won't have rear or front wheel drive. Actually, I don't know if you'll have any wheel. Yeah, you'll have rear wheel. Well, my diff's locked up because I got silicone earplugs in the center. I think I did the center. I can't remember if I did the center. But the rear diff has just been earplugged. So anyways, put your drive shaft in. Make sure your servo horn thing's out of the way. Take your bottom piece. Drive shaft in the hole. Drop it down. Push. Oh wait, that drive shaft. Come on, drive shaft. There we go. Sometimes you got to give the wheels a little one of these numbers for that drive shaft to click in. If it doesn't go in, you're going to be sitting there fighting it all day long, and it's just that drive shaft that's not going in. So just give the tires a little one of these numbers, and it'll lock that drive shaft down in, and then you can slide it together easily. Now that you got your servo sitting there freely, no funky looking zip ties like some, person from, the trash can would have did. I mean, don't get me wrong, shit I've ate out of the trash can before. But we got a $1,200 truck here. We ain't making it look like some little kid got a hold of some random colored zip ties and went to town. So, once through there, don't use impacts on your truck. You'll strip out everything. I'm an idiot. I'll admit. You shouldn't do this. But I'll tell you what. If you're lazy, my goodness, does it save you some time. Okay, the only one screw left I got next to the receiver box is this one right here. Flip it, oh, wait a minute. Side screws. Side screws and the servo arm. So we got side screw. I'm not going to make it go pop on them because it will strip it out. Them are kind of soft plastic. Of course I missed. There it is. Okay, now the servo arm. I got a different drill because they got these for like 20 bucks on eBay, and you can take them and press this button and make it a, you know what I mean? And then, but they're like 20 bucks. They come with these. They got a freaking thing to where if you're drilling and you don't want it to, you know what I mean? You can set the number. And that's drill. And then right there, like this'll go when you barely even put it in. So, there's the top, nothing left. You got to put your receiver box up here or something like I did. That was really simple. I actually like the receiver up there better because down where it was at, every time I ran it in the snow, that's where all the snow congregated, and it would end up getting inside eventually if you didn't keep it nice and siliconed or whatever, Vaseline, whatever. So anyways, flip it over. Now, after I'm done putting this skid plate on, I'm going to show you something that I did to make the wires not so worrisome, because I don't know if you seen that it looks like the wires are kind of hanging right there by that servo arm, and it looks like, you know, it might be a little dangerous or whatever. So I made a little thing to keep my wires from ever getting even one little chance to get inside that servo thing, so that I won't get busted up and beat up by that steering arm turning. Alright, so what I did was I took this little piece of plastic here. I think I cut this out of it was a shaver box. It opened up with the box broke. I still got the cutters, but the box broke. So instead of throwing the box away, I keep it. And when I need little pieces of plastic like this, I got them. So yeah, I'm a little bit of a hoarder. Wife doesn't like it. Anyways, take this piece of plastic, slide it in here, and after it's in, turn it. And now you can see all the wires are covered. And now all I'm going to do is grab a couple of these little zip ties here. And I'm going to go through the hole. There. Now you ain't got to worry about your wires ever getting inside your Yep. But anyways, I want to show you guys a smart way to do it so you weren't taking your whole truck apart and take your electronics out and doing a bunch of stupid stuff you ain't got to do, because I don't believe in that. I believe in doing it as quickly and as lazily as possible while still doing it right. Thanks for watching, you guys. Like and subscribe.